Welcome to Chosen Nation Sports. This is your boy Mujera Waiti. Just an honor guy discussing the beautiful game. Sorry, as I know it. Guys, you know, last week, Thursday, I was watching one of the best matches I've seen in a while. One of the best matches I've seen in a while. I know I might be too late in analyzing and reviewing the game. Manchester United against Barcelona, the Europa League game Thursday night at the Spotify Camp Nou. But we've seen a good game for a very long time that we haven't seen it. Some might even say that that game belonged into the wrong competition, but obviously Manchester United poor season and Barcelona's also poor season to the Champions League led both teams into the Europa League. But what a game we saw! What a performance we saw from both sides, really giving it their all, taking blows, one punch in, one punch out. Like, I was really impressed with Ten Hag's man. I think I've said this before on this channel already. The work that Ten Hag does or has done in the 6 months that he's been into this Manchester United is like, even if you're not a Manchester United supporter or fan, but you have to just give it to him. The work that he has done, the confidence that he's put in his players, like they play like this is a team that plays for him. They play for each other. They play for the manager. They play for the badge. They play for the team. They play for you and I. And what we've seen at Camp Nou, going to Barcelona. Remember Manchester United history, especially because Spain against Spanish team hasn't really been good. Especially against Barcelona, we've drawn one and we've lost all the other, I think 4 or 3 encounters with them. So it really shows you that Ten Hag went into the Camp Nou for a win. He didn't go there and told his players just sit in, wait on the counter, and then you hit them. But he went blow for blow with Xavi's side. And Xavi's side as well, Luana, they retaliated and they gave us one of the best matches that we've seen this season. One of the best matches that we've seen this season. And I really hope on Thursday we're going to see it's going to be the repeat. Because the second leg is playing on Thursday at Old Trafford. So it's going to be a good game. A 2-2 draw for Camp Nou, which doesn't really give anyone the upper hand. Because as we know, the away goal was scrapped to go Europe. So it's 0-0. But obviously Manchester United would think they've got the upper hand because we're playing at home. We're playing at our home ground, our fans behind us, and we've seen through the past weeks, through the past months, that the atmosphere at Old Trafford, it's back where it belongs. Now we can really say that Old Trafford is back to being the theatre of dreams. Erik ten Hag has turned this team from one of the worst sides of Manchester United into one of the best sides in Europe at this current moment. I'm not taking away from anyone, but I'm speaking about Manchester United. I haven't seen Manchester United play like this. I can't tell you how excited, like, I am excited every time Manchester is playing. Like, I envy when are we playing next? That's how Ten Hag has changed this team. That's how Ten Hag has transformed this Manchester United team. So it was a good game. Marcus Rashford scored, a man on form, 23 goals since 13 goals since the World Cup. He's the top goal scorer in all Europe's top leagues since the end of the World Cup. So he's the man on form. He can't stop scoring. And we have to give it up to one of our own. And I'm proud to say one of our own, because Benny McCarthy is one of our own. The incredible work that he's doing here. Some of the coaches from Manchester United that have really worked on Marcus' game and has improved him. Has improved Marcus' game. He scores with headers, left-sided, right-sided, he scores. So big ups to Benny McCarthy and his team. Like, they keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. So yeah, we'll see what happens. The second leg, Old Trafford on Thursday. The decider that will decide which team goes into the last 16, because the Europa League, remember, we're still on the qualifying stages because number 2 and Barcelona came out number 3 from the Champions League campaign. So it's still the qualifying stages. Whoever wins will join Arsenal into the last 16. So yeah, that was a good game. Let me know what you think of that game. By the way, you can also give me your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the game on that's if you saw it. If you didn't see it, bad luck for you. You've missed out on really one of the best contenders of games or matches of the tournament. Like seriously, if you haven't watched it, I don't know. You can go watch highlights, but I don't think the highlights will do much. They will take out something from the game. You need to watch the game in real life. So, anyways, if you haven't seen it, maybe catch it on Thursday as well. Maybe, who knows? We would expect fireworks again. So let's go straight into the EPL, the league leaders. Oh, not league leaders. Oh yeah, they were dethroned by Manchester City on Thursday. They were dethroned by Manchester City on Thursday. Pep showed Arteta that he is still the master on Thursday when they trashed Arsenal 3-1. But that game could have gone Arsenal's way, could have gone a draw. Not Eric Ten Hag. Eddie Nketiah got 2 chances that he missed. With a prolific striker, you could have scored. So it could have gone either way for Arteta against Manchester City. But you could have seen, or no, I think that game, people would say, we saw that Pep is still superior to Arteta, and Arteta still has a lot to learn from Pep. Pep, that game, he went for blood because he only played with 4 defensive players. Bernardo Silva playing as a left back, shifted into a number 10. Like, guys, sometimes Pep, we tend to blame him, but when credit is due, we have to give it to him. Pep Guardiola is one of the best tacticians that we've ever seen in a game. Like, the way he set up his team, sometimes we're going to Dalaga 3 at the back, 2 at the back. When they're off, when they don't have the ball, when they attack, he leaves 2 at the back and they attack with the whole team. So even the build-up play, Manchester City, and I think it has also transferred into on how other coaches as well play. Ten Hag is now playing the same way that your build-up play starts from the keeper. You need a super keeper. You need a keeper that is good on his feet, and we've seen with Ederson, we've seen with Alisson, how they are good on their feet. So it starts from there, then your center backs, then your full backs, your CDM as well, and up until your number 9. So Pep Guardiola is one of the best tacticians that you'll ever see in the current game. He's up there, but sometimes I feel like he overdoes it. Like a game here, Arsenal, it could have gone either way. Arsenal could have punished him because he was not playing a left-footed left back, or he was left-footed, but he's not his natural position. Bernardo Silva remains to Dala 10 or Dala on either wings, but now he was playing on the left. And if Arsenal could have gotten the ball more to Saka, so that Saka can attack him one-on-one, I felt they could have at least used that side as the advantage for them for going forward. But unfortunately, that was not the case because Pep's team had the better of the position, so they couldn't really play to those strengths, Arsenal. So Pep, and by then they went into number 1 spot, a point ahead of Arsenal, which Arsenal played first on Saturday. They played against an Aston Villa team, and coming to that game, having lost 3-1, having lost your number 1 spot that you've been there for a while now, and then let up Aston Villa side, and as it goes, Aston Villa gets the first goal, and you play on the back foot. But what I saw on Saturday, what I saw Mikel Arteta's team on Saturday, and I've been mentioning this on my videos a while, that if you want to win the league, those are the kind of matches that you win, and they delivered on the day. Some of them might be luck, but sometimes in football you need luck as well. Goalie Jorginho, it was a brilliant strike, but it needed the luck because it came off the crossbar, then into Martinez, then into the back of the net. That is the luck that you need, and to get that luck, you needed to be in the right positions. Arsenal were attacking. They went 1-0 down. They came back 1-1. They went 2-1 down. They equalized again with a brilliant goal from Zinchenko, and they kept going. It could have been 3-2. Martin Odegaard missed He missed a goal. That was a miss by Odegaard. They could have been 3-2, but they had to do it the hard way. They had to do it the hard way. 90 plus. You know this 90 plus. We used to call it faggy time. 90 plus minutes, and they won it. And they won it. And they ended up winning the match 4-2. That's what you need from a team that is competing for the league title. That never die attitude. That it is not over until the final whistle has been sung. So big ups to Mikel Arteta and his team. I think these are the kind of games that you really need to win for you to be a contender. They are a contender of the league. But those games, those crappy games, they started on a back foot and they had to equalize twice and win that. For me, it shows that they needed that win, and it shows that they've got the mentality now to go and fight for the league against one of the teams that have been dominating EPL for the past 5 years. So it's down to the wire. It's down to the wire. Remember, they still have that return leg game with Manchester City. That's also going to be a very not an important game, because now Arsenal are 3 points ahead with a game in hand. They've got a game in hand, but a game in hand doesn't guarantee wins. But for me, Arsenal have got one hand on the trophy. They just need to win their game in hand. They are only 6 points ahead of Manchester City. Even if City beats them, they still have 3 points ahead. So it's gonna be a nice game, a nice way to end the league. Hopefully, we are all here to witness Arsenal maybe winning their first league title in plus minus 10 years. So it's a good one to watch, and it's a good one to see who will finally get there. Unfortunately, Graham Potter's men at Stamford Bridge losing 1-0 to a free kick specialist. A free kick. I haven't seen anyone struck the ball like James Ward-Prowse in years. I think the last person who was scoring free kicks like this, it was David Beckham. I think that's how good James was. Like, if they tell you there's a free kick there, it is to save your life, I would choose him any day of the night of the year. That guy knows how to strike a football. James Ward-Prowse beating the Blues at Stamford Bridge. I was just speaking to Bazero today, and he's mentioned something that Potter has lost in 14 games. He has won 3 games in 14 games in charge of Chelsea. 14 games, he's won only 3. Now, we were just speaking and discussing, as Chelsea management gonna let him keep his job until the end of this. I was like, you know what? As much as results are not coming, as much as they are not scoring, like the whole month, someone was making fun of them and saying the whole month they've only scored 1 goal, so they've got only 1 goal of the month contender, which is Joe Felix. That's how poor they are in front of goal. They creating chances, but they're missing. I've said this over and over again. Chelsea need a striker. They need a number 9. Havertz is not a number 9. Havertz is not a number 9. And they're trying to play in them. I think maybe because he doesn't have options on the bench, Graham Potter, to put as a number 9. I don't know, their relationship, maybe Aisale Shapo. Because remember last one of the weeks, I told you that an MLS team wants his signature. So maybe the relationship is broken, or the trust is broken, so he can play him. So Chelsea need the number 9. They're creating chances. They're missing chances. They can't score to save their lives. The whole February, they've only scored 1 goal. Champions League on Tuesday, they were beaten 1-0 by Borussia Dortmund. And an away leg, they still need to play, and they need to come from behind to win it in order for them to advance to the next stage. So Graham Potter has got a problem that he's got a team. They bought him all these players. Now he can't even get a win under his belt. Can they keep him until the end of this? I'm saying keep him, because now Limufile, all this kind of, like Limufile 5 plus minus 7 players that Chelsea have bought. He hasn't really gotten his starting 11 yet. I think he's still chopping and changing. Kamogiri injuries to Rich James and Benchul, who just recently came back. So for me, I think give him until end of the season and let him have a preseason with his team. Then we can judge him from that. By now, I think he's just playing with Tuchel's squad, and and the players they bought him. So for me, I would give him the last 6 months. I would say finish off the season. Let's see how it's. Obviously, they're gonna miss out on top four, but finish off the season and let's see for the next season how you start or how you end. Manchester City losing grip, as we spoke about on Arsenal with a 1-1 draw. Guys, I thought the game was even bored. The way Manchester City were missing chances. Haaland missed a sitter, not even a sitter, a tap in, and he ballooned it. Haaland, the guy who has 20, how many goals does he have? Let me check. 26 goals he has in the league. He ballooned a chance. Algamara the 6 year. Come on, guys. There was an instant again. It was him and Foden having the ball 1-on-1 with the keeper. The defenders are behind them, and it was just a simple pass to Haaland or just score. And I don't know, he misplaced the pass or he misplaced the power of the shot, and then the defender came back to clear the ball. Like, I was like, is this the Manchester City AFL Young Arsenal 3-1 at the Emirates? The one that's playing against Northern Forest and missing chances like this. I was like, you know what? It's either the EPL, it's a very nice league, or the game was bought. That's all I'm gonna say. Game was bought, or the EPL is a very difficult league to play in. That this week you play against the top team, number 1 on the log, and you beat them 3-1 convincingly. And then 2-3 days later, you play against the team that is fighting relegation and you draw 1-1 against them and you miss chances. No. I think that's the beauty of the EPL. But anyways, let's just move on. Bafana Batlop are creeping into the top 4. 2 wins on the charts. Now they're beating the fierce rivals who are Balola number 4, Newcastle 2-0. Nick Pope got a red card, which makes him unavailable for the Carabao final on the 26th of February against Manchester United. So, Gapco getting his second goal in a second game, consecutive game. So, Liverpool, that's what I'm saying, Liverpool are now creeping because these players are coming back. I saw Diogo Jota getting minutes on his clock. I saw Firmino coming back. So, Liverpool players, are slowly coming back. And maybe that top 4 spot, it's still there for them. They can smell it, and it's very easy for them because it's a team Elohorang have been playing together for a while now. So you just need those ones who are injured to come back into the fold, and you just go. And once they gain momentum, I'm telling you guys, once Liverpool gain momentum, I remember they did the same thing 2 seasons back, where in January they were like 7th or 8th, but they just started keeping up momentum and started winning games, and they ended up in the top 4. So this might be the same as that season. So Man United and Newcastle need to really look over their shoulder because the Liverpool are smelling blood and Liverpool are coming. Remember, the next game that Man United play in the league is against Liverpool at Anfield, fighting for top 4. It's gonna be a nice one. The last but not least, Manchester United 2-0 against Leicester City at Old Trafford. Is it 2? No, 3-0 at Old Trafford. Mr. MBE, Dr. Marcus Rashford getting a brace. Sancho coming from the bench and scoring the 3rd goal. Guys, you know Vodka. Guys, I'm sorry to pronounce his name. Vodkhorst. You know, I agree with most people. He's not Manchester United material. He doesn't score goals. He's slow. But if you look at the work rate that he does on the field for Man United, I don't think if Nalsteng in that team would be scoring goals that we score, we would be where we are now. I know many of you would disagree with me, but look at the spaces that he makes, like the runs that he does. He pulls defenders. If you look at the goal here at Jordan Sancho, you would see that he pulled the defender and made space for Jordan to receive the ball, a player 1-2 with Bruno, and eventually scoring the goal. So the work rate of him, he plays as a number 10 sometimes he plays as a number 9. And at Leicester, I think I saw a chart, he was playing more deeper role in the midfield. But the work rate that he does, guys, Like, yeah, he's a number 9. He's supposed to score. And what I loved about Sunday's game is you could see that Man United players were really trying to get him to score. They were giving him chances. He missed like 4 chances. That's how a team works. They wanted him to score so that he could get his confidence up, he could get his morale up, because they can see he's trying. And besides scoring, he works well for the team. That's all I'm saying. He works well for the team. His work rate for the team is that much that Ten Hag can't afford to put him on the bench. He can't put, because he's got, you can put Garnacho or Sancho and put Rashford as number 9, but he doesn't do that. Well, ask yourself why Ten Hag always likes putting him in. The work rate, for me, I say the work rate is high. It's nice. It's good for the team, and I believe, and I might be wrong. Let me know what you think. I believe if he wasn't in this Manchester United side, Man United might have not been where they are now. We might not be where we are now because of him. If it wasn't for him, sorry. If it wasn't for him. So let me know what you think. Remember to share. Remember to comment. Remember to subscribe. Left bottom. Is it left bottom? Yeah. Remember to subscribe. Remember to press the notification bar. Share the video with your friends. Have your say. Let me know what you think. Champions League is back again. Liverpool playing. The big one, obviously. Liverpool playing against Real Madrid. Will they continue their 2-game winning streak into the Champions League and beat the holders? But we all know Real Madrid, when it comes to Champions League, they're a different animal. Like, they can just lose games because the league. But when it comes to Champions League, they just a different beast. So it's going to be a good one to Jurgen Klopp against Carlo Ancelotti yet again. In the 4-5 seasons that we've seen, they've played against each other 4-5 times. Liverpool have never won a game. So will this be their luck? Will this be their 10? Will they be able to beat the reigning UEFA Champions League winners and reigning UEFA Club World Cup champions? Until we meet again, remember, prevention is better than cure. Don't risk it unless it's worth it. I'm out.